19cc. I thought it was time that we put a face to each other, and I'm hoping that you will follow my lead by making a little video, a few second one even, just to show people who you are and to answer a couple of questions for a start. What motorcycle do you ride? Well, I rode, my last motorcycle was a Rocket 3. My last two motorcycles were a Triumph Rocket 3. However, now I've sold it and I'm looking for a Honda 4 Chopper because I had a Honda 4 Chopper when I was younger and I want to put it on vintage plates. Not that they ride too well. I have an interest in records, music. I like to go and see bands. I love the blues. I love most music. I'm not really into classical and I'm not into hip hop, but the rest, good. I'm 66 years of age, so I'm an old fart. I've retired and I've moved to Tamworth because I was looking for a simpler life. I lived in Wollongong and I was sick of all the noise and buzz and stuff like that. Plus the world's changing so much, and especially Australia. I felt that I wanted not just a simpler life, but I need to become, with Jennifer, more self-sufficient, do as much and make as much so the outside world, the local council, the federal government and the state governments really can't affect me, whatever they do very much. We grow our own vegetables and they definitely taste a lot different to store-bought ones. Make our own ice cream, our own bread, etc. Just trying to become more self-sufficient. I founded the organisation in 2013. What happened was, in where I worked, there was a lot of people that were of the Muslim persuasion, followers of Islam, and I found that there was whole sections where they were getting promoted over everyone else. So you'd have a whole 15 or 20 people in that section that were Muslims, and I just didn't think it was fair. We fought hard to get merit, and it shouldn't have anything to do with you being a Catholic, a Church of England, or a Muslim. Muslims got nothing to do with race. People try to do that to make people who make comment about terrorism, things like that, to try to stop us, because they equate religion to terrorism when it comes to the Islam faith, not when it comes to Catholics or Church of England or Baptist. The left is a big problem for us, but the reason I chose motorcyclists to create an organisation that would make people more aware of what was happening was because motorcyclists are very loyal, they're very respectful of their country and those who have fought for our country, for the freedom. The problem is now everyone's trying to take our freedom away. The billionaires have created this great reset. COVID-19 has given the lefties and the billionaires a great opportunity to bring the great reset in. It's important that we know more about it, but that was the reason, the loyalty and the respect, that I took it to motorcyclists in Australia in 2013. Later I got people saying, I've got a friend that wants to join but they don't ride a motorcycle. So we created 1931, which is an organisation for non-bikers, but we're all part of the same society. We've all got the same goal, and we love our country, which is the first thing that's important to our society, loving our country. It's hard to love our politicians, I've got to admit, because they don't seem to care about the will of the people. It seems to be all for them, whatever they do. And when you look at it, it doesn't matter if it's your local, your state, or your federal ministers, etc. They're all in it, the majority of people in it for themselves. So that's how it came about. People Under the Cross came about because people kept saying to me, you guys are religious and you wear crosses. No, we're not religious. Some of us are, some are. And we do wear crosses. And the cross of St. James, I chose that as our symbol, was because to a Muslim, when we're wearing it into a service station or something, they see it as the symbol of defeat. The Spanish wore it into Iraq, and people were against that because they, after 800 years, the Muslims, or the war killers as they called, were overtaken in Spain. So yes, we wear the symbol of the Moor killer because that's the symbol they hate the most. The second symbol they hate the most is the cross, the Christian cross. So we wear the Christian cross. We also wear the cross of St. James, a cross of the Southern Cross. I always have a little bit of a laugh because the Southern Cross is the cross that the Muslims in Australia live under. So they live under the cross. My feeling is, if you come to Australia, you become Australian, you love Australia. I'm not racist. I've got cousins who are fifth generation Lebanese. They're Christian Lebanese, completely different people to the Muslim. They've owned lots of properties, businesses, and one's two sons went overseas to fight on your and my behalf. One was captured even, so I'm not bigoted, or I'm not a racist. I am bigoted against political Islam, and political Islam is where people politicise it. So I'm against female genital mutilation, Sharia law. I'm against throwing acid on someone's face. I'm against non-equality between the sexes, etc., etc. But I don't care how many times they pray a day. They can pray 20, as long as, if they're in the workforce, while they're praying, they should have their clock switched off and not get paid for praying, definitely. But that's how it is. We have the shop online now, Jennifer and I, because we spent so much money fighting political Islam, and we're retired, we still want to fight it, so we've got political t-shirts, biker jewellery and that. And it's so important. Coming up is Australia Day, which is a great reset, and every state, federal, your local council want to get rid of Australia Day. Well, Australia Day is for everyone. It's for you, me, for every Australian. So the important thing is that I want to see us out there fighting for Australia Day. I want us out there fighting against female genital mutilation. I think that's enough for the start of 2021. But that's a little bit about me. If you ever got any questions, send me a message and I'll answer them. But I'm hoping everyone will put a little bit about themselves. Thanks again. And that's Convoy.